Why weight loss is not as simple as just diet and exercise, as a mother and daughter duo who have lost 240 pounds combined.
Why weight loss is not as simple as just diet and exercise. It's because of our brains. There is a field of psychology that is called nutritional psychology, and it has to do with your physiology, like your physical health, and it has to do with your mental health, and it also has to do with your emotional health. And believe it or not, there are enough correlations that show us that what you eat and how you feel are directly related through this thing called the gut-brain axis. That's your belly and your mind are completely connected. And they've done studies to show that we have all these different types of hunger, and that we have anticipatory hunger and environmental hunger. We teach all about this in our program, and that it's just not as simple as diet and exercise because of this big field of science that's emerging that I happen to be certified in. And you can really understand the inner workings of your mind and your body and your emotions when you understand the field of nutritional psychology. Number one, emotional regulation. Who taught you how to regulate your emotions? I mean, just like hunger is going to come every few hours, your emotions will rise and fall, just like the clouds in the sky come and go, and it's inevitable. But what kind of training did you get on how to regulate your emotions? Oftentimes, people are just reaching for food instead of dealing with what they're really hungry for, what their emotions need to pass over. Just like the cloud goes away and the sun comes out again. But most of us are just eating our emotions. And we need to learn the tools and skills on how to regulate our emotions without food.
Number two, people don't talk about the fact that just because you exercise and your diet's perfect, if you're really, really stressed, you won't lose any weight. And I myself have experienced plateaus and even gains from doing everything right, but being so stressed, the pounds just wouldn't come off. And I was so frustrated, which didn't help, just put more stress on me, which put more weight on me. And I was so annoyed, but there is actual science behind why stress causes weight gain. It has to do with your cortisol levels, right? And your thyroid.
Completely. And it's so interesting that you bring up this topic because I know so many food neurotics who are eating kale all day or even kale sprouts all day, but they're so stressed out about like where they came from and what was in the soil that they're like, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy environment. We somehow separated the nervous system from our physical health, and we think they're like separated and they don't play a role in how successful each of them are when you think about the optimal environment and how you can feel good and free in your body and mind. The third reason why weight loss is not as simple as diet and exercise is because of this thing that we now know called the gut-brain axis. That means that our bellies and our minds are directly connected. Not only are they connected on an emotional level, but a mental level and also on a physical level. Our immune system is dictated by it. Our mental health is dictated by it. They've even noticed when people have fortified their gut microbiome, their belly health, they have less probability of developing depression and anxiety. They've even done studies to show when you optimize your gut microbiome, your belly health, you also lose weight effortlessly. It's pretty extraordinary. Not only do you lose the weight, but you can keep it off. You can create more emotional regulation, more mental regulation, more hormonal regulation, and a stronger immune system. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. When you attend to your gut, you're also attending to your brain health. And as you heal these systems, you find that the weight loss just comes effortlessly.
Number four, dieting can really harm the metabolism. And if you're a food neurotic or somebody who's been dieting for years, who's been trying to lose the weight and can't get it off, hi, me too. I had the same problem. It did take me a long time to lose weight because I kept yo-yo dieting. And people say just exercise and eat right and everything will be fine. But what are you eating, right? Because there's so many diets to follow, so much information out there. We don't really know what to listen to. And I did a lot of crazy diets: water diet, juice diet, smoothie diet, keto diet, every single diet out there. I mean, paleo, keto, it's just crazy. I've just done so many. And it harmed my body and made it so much harder for my body to lose the weight and, keep it off. Because my body was confused why I was changing all these things and doing all these drastic moves all the time. And drinking water for days and then eating food, obviously you're going to gain weight. But obviously your body's going to be like, what are you doing to me? Like, you're starving me, now you're feeding me, I'm really confused. And you're just constantly damaging your body and your leptin receptors. because you're eating all this food, or if you're binging all this food and then you're purging, it's just not a good cycle. So that is really important to remember when you are doing diet and exercise, that it's also about the metabolism, and how much you've damaged it is going to determine how much weight you can lose in how much time.
It's crazy to think that you're doing a good thing by going on a diet to lose weight, and that you can also be harming yourself. And then it's confusing also in the media when you do your research. Well, intermittent fasting is supposed to be good. And yet if you do it in the wrong way for the wrong reasons, you can also be harming your metabolism. So understanding what's right for you and how to stoke the fire just enough of your metabolism, and yet challenge your metabolism enough so that you can lose the weight, so you're not in this weight loss resistance cycle, which I know many of you are in. And that's why our program is so highly specialized, because we know that you probably have harmed your metabolism by dieting, because we did. And we had to learn the tools and tricks on how to break through that. And we can teach you those. I can guarantee that in a short period of time that you will be able to lose weight. And if you stick with the program, you'll be able to keep it off without dieting. Imagine that, because we're into the idea of having freedom and health combined, flavor and health combined, freedom that only health affords. And we need to heal our metabolisms. We need to stoke that metabolic fire. It's really, really important for your future. The last and final point on why weight loss really isn't as simple as diet and exercise is because we need to heal our bodies from the inside out. We need to get to the root of why the weight came on in the first place. We need to understand the inner workings of what you're really hungry for. And that's how Penelope and I have healed our relationship with food, how we've healed our relationship with our bodies, and how we're now helping other people to do the same.
We're looking for 12 women who are willing to invest in their health, who want to lose the weight once and for all and not rely on a pill, injection, or any other crazy diet, who just want to learn the tools they can share with their family and themselves forever.
Please comment below, share your story with us on how you might have damaged your metabolism or how you're having a hard time losing weight. We would really love to know more about you. And if you're interested in learning more about our program, please click the link in the description, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.